If you've been wanting to start a profitable side hustle selling name brand products on Amazon, but you're not quite sure where to start, this is the video for you. Because in this video, I'm going to show you how to source products, how to get ungated or approved to sell big name brands, and get your product shipped off to Amazon so that you can actually start making sales as soon as possible, so that you can be well on your way to your first $1,000, $10,000, or even $100,000 in profit selling name brand products on Amazon. So as long as you have at least $1,000 to start a business and you're willing to put in the work that it takes to succeed, keep in mind selling on Amazon is not passive income. It's not free money like a lot of people like to pretend it is. But after selling on Amazon for over 6 years myself, having done over $5 million in sales, I can tell you it's very much worth your time if you can put in the effort. With that important disclaimer out of the way, let's jump in. I'll show you the entire step-by-step process. And if you find this valuable at all, please hit that subscribe button if you want to help me out for sharing some free value with you. So step one is hopefully obvious, but I'll just spell it out just in case you're brand new to the game. Go to sell.amazon.com and get a seller account. One thing that's cool about getting your first initial seller account set up is you'll also see there's some new seller incentives. The one that basically everyone gets to take advantage of is the first $100 of shipments that you actually send into the warehouse. Those are completely free, so you can start sending in the products that we're going to source together today into Amazon for free so you can actually test the business. After you get the Amazon seller account set up, it's time to find somewhere where we can source profitable name brand products. And for a lot of you guys, just search for Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, any of those discount retailers. We're going to go downstairs in just a second. I'm going to source some profitable products with you, but I can almost guarantee you that you have at least one store nearby where you can source profitable items. You can see, oh, here's all the Ross in Orlando, or if you have any regional retailers, those can be awesome as well. For example, grocery outlet or Trader Joe's, anywhere that there's going to be limited opportunity and not everyone in the whole world can access those products. Today though, we're going to go downstairs to my local Ross and find some profitable items together. Let's see what we can find. So today I started looking at the beauty aisle and I started scanning the barcodes with the SellerAmp app here. Got a little bit excited when I saw this one here. So let's go ahead and break down the stats because we need to look at a couple important things before we can actually go ahead and pull the trigger on an item. So when we open SellerAmp on this product, I can see all the important stats that I really need to know. For example, the BSR, that's the best sellers rank. So the closer that number is to 1, the closer it is to the number 1 best selling product in that category. This was a 123,000 rank. Usually I like to stay under 200,000 or so, and that tells me that it actually sells. SellerAmp's also telling me that this actually sells 50 times a month. And Ross had these on sale for $12 and selling for $25 on Amazon. I'm going to make $4.73 profit per unit here. And yes, before you ask, this does include sales tax, shipping to Amazon, all that good stuff is already baked into my SellerAmp fee calculator. And they actually had a few of these on the shelf, so I had to go ahead and pick them all up. And let's go ahead and see what else we can find in the beauty aisle though. So right around the corner, I saw these blush. Have no idea what it is. That's the joy of selling on Amazon, is they're just buying data that looks good. See, I got excited about that as well. And these are actually selling on the shelf. There was a ton of these as well. So as soon as I saw the profit on this, I knew it was going to be something pretty interesting because these were actually $8 on the shelf, and on Amazon these were selling for almost $24, leaving us with an $8 profit per unit, double up on our money. So I had to grab a couple of these. And now that the beauty section was looking pretty interesting, typically when I'm in store and I'm not quite sure what to start sourcing or where to look, I'm going to dive a lot deeper into categories where I'm having a lot of success. So let's keep scanning through the aisle here. And so next I was able to find some of these like first aid beauty items. These were really close. So I'm curious on your opinion on this. The only reason why I'm curious is you can see there was a ton of these on the shelf. There was like literally 10, 15, something like that. And when we're diving into the data here, you can see these sell super well, over 500 times a month. We're buying them for $11, selling them for $22. And usually I like to look for at least a 30% return on investment. I was able to make my ideal profit of $3 per unit, a little bit below my ideal ROI. So let me know if you guys would have picked this up. This one was a little bit interesting to me just because we were able to get so many all at once. It makes it more worth it to me to manage another item in my store basically. And just below that first item we found, I also saw another one of these cosmetics items. This one looks really awesome at first, but it has a huge trap that I almost fell for here, and I want to make sure you guys are aware of this kind of thing, right? So sell is for $90 on Amazon. Ross was selling it for $37, so it seems awesome. We can make $30 a unit selling it, but there's a really big problem, and that's when we scroll down on the SellerAmp data. I can see that the brand itself sells on this listing, and if the brand themselves already sells on a listing on Amazon, there's a good chance that they might try to kick you off the listing. You might get stuck with inventory or even get an IP complaint or other account health issues with your Amazon account. Now you are able to appeal those as long as you're buying legit stuff from big retailers like Ross or buying online from retailers like Walgreens, anything like that. We are able to get those complaints removed, but we're probably going to get stuck with some inventory here if the brand does not want to sell on these listings. Well within their right. So avoid products where the brand is already selling it. And so next, right across the aisle, I was able to find some of these eye masks or something like that here. These were selling for $5 on the shelf, and I got excited because these are actually selling for $17 on Amazon. You can see that leaves us with a a $5 profit per unit, so another nice double up on our money here. And these sell over 50 times a month, so I'm not at all worried about these selling. Go ahead and throw those in the cart and let's see what else we can find. So I kept scanning through the aisle here and I was looking at these lipsticks here, wasn't able to find too much on them. And then I came across something truly cursed, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos makeup brushes. Decided maybe I should try to take them home for myself. Maybe the fiance will like it. Let me know if you guys would use the Flamin' Hot Cheeto makeup. Heading on down the beauty aisle though, I saw some of these clearance stickers here. And if I ever see these purple clearance stickers, depends on the store. At Ross, they're always purple. These were selling for $2.50 and it makes me dig a little bit deeper. These are actually somewhat interesting. This is one I'm also curious in your guys' opinion on. This I like a lot more than the first aid that I was curious on as well. These were selling for $2.50, selling for $12 on Amazon. And now the profit per unit isn't as high as I usually like to look for. It was just under $3. This was over a 100% ROI. And there was a bunch of those on the bottom shelf down there. So let me know if you guys would pick this one up right here. Personally, I would definitely go ahead and pick some of these up here. Anytime I can make a double up on my money, I'm always super interested. And since makeup was truly on fire here today, I was scanning some more of this powder blush. Don't really know what it is, but again, we're looking at data that looks like it'd be a good item to sell on Amazon. And I can see this was selling for $8 on the shelf. There was a few of these on the shelf, so I definitely wanted to go ahead and check them all out. And these were actually a $5.50 profit per unit. These sold for about 21 bucks on Amazon. And one thing to keep in mind as you're sourcing, if you ever see that max cost box as well, that's basically the maximum price that we can pay for the item that we're scanning in order to meet our ideal profit and ROI after all Amazon fees, shipping, sales tax, all that good stuff that you can bake into SellerAmp, just so you know you're actually going to make a profit after it's all said and done. Next to those powders, I was also finding something interesting. This was selling for $2.50 on the shelf, selling for $14 on Amazon. The big problem is this only sold a few times a month, as you can see, but since we can make $6 profit per unit, let me know if you'd pick this up. I personally would grab a unit or two. There's no reason not to make a big triple up like this. And just up above those aloes, I was able to find one of the items of the day. This was a sugar scrub selling on the shelf for $5. There's also 3 different kinds of this, so it was really interesting to dive in and see which of these are going to be worth checking out. The first one I scanned was this pineapple scented one. These were selling for $17.45 on Amazon. There was about 20 or so on the shelf as well, so at $5 profit per unit, that's $100 that we can just go ahead and throw in the cart. And I don't know about you guys, but I used to work for $15 an hour, so throwing some stuff in a cart, buying it, flipping it on Amazon to make $100 is a whole lot better than that $15 an hour job. And now that we found one profitable item, there's a bunch of other similar ones to it on the shelf. That's really big. When you guys find profitable items, for example, the sugar scrub, I found 2 other scents, and this one's pretty good as well. This banana oat was selling 32 times a month. Buy it for $5, sell it for almost $16 on Amazon. That leaves with about $3.50 profit per unit. And then the third one I also went ahead and scanned, but this one wasn't quite selling for as much money on Amazon. This one was $9 on Amazon. I'm not really in the business of losing 83 cents a unit, and I hope you aren't either, so I had to skip on this one. So just for the sake of variety, I wanted to move on down to scanning some toys, and I came across this Dragon Ball Z toy here. This one, when I scanned it, I saw it was coming up on Amazon, and Ross had this one on sale for $15, selling for 30 bucks on Amazon. Selling over 100 times a month. I'd definitely go ahead and take a shot on this one. There's a couple of these on the shelf as well, so we can call this at least $4 a profit per unit. Wanted to keep checking out some more of these toys here, which, by the way, make sure you grab a 2-week free trial of SellerAmp down below so you can start sourcing as well. But you can see I found this for $15 on the shelf, and this item was actually selling for a little over $32 on Amazon, selling 100 times a month, which leaves us with a $4.80 profit. Unfortunately, there's only one of these on the shelf, and I'm hoping this one even makes it to the Amazon seller account. I've been finding a bunch of these like Pokemon building toys lately. It's been really hard not to keep these. Sourcing some more through memory lane of toys, I was able to find these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys right here. These were each on clearance. So once again, I was talking about those clearance stickers. See, it's got that purple tag like it has at Ross. So the first one that I scanned was selling for about $24 on Amazon. This one was going to make us a $4.30 profit per unit. And then I was also able to find one of the different characters also selling for $9 on Amazon. This one was going for $22.50. This one wasn't quite as profitable, but I was still able to make my ideal profit and ROI on this item, so I might as well go ahead and throw it in the cart. Then right across from the toys, I saw some craft supplies. Really just finding anything that I can sell. You can see I had no idea why people are paying this price for these scissors. Check this out though. These are selling for $7 at Ross. And what's cool is we've actually looked at some of these before in a previous video, and these are still profitable, right? So these are $7 on the shelf. There was 2 units of them left, and these are a $25 sale price on Amazon. Buying 2 sets of those scissors right there, we're going to make a $9 profit per unit. So we can go ahead and add another 20-ish bucks in profit to the cart. Then I stumbled on some more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with that clearance sticker again. And when I scanned this, I could see it was coming up on Amazon. This one wasn't selling quite as fast as those other Ninja Turtles, but buying this for 10 bucks, selling it for 27. This one's way more profitable, so it was a much bigger no-brainer in my mind, making $6 a unit on this one. And then when I went sourcing this day, I only had about 30 or 45 minutes to run around the store real quick, and I came across an item that I actually seen previously as well. Just skimming for those clearance stickers, you can see this was selling for 49 cents. And when I plug it in and check out the data, I can see this is actually selling for $15 $15 a unit on Amazon. Buying for 49 cents, this is a hell of an ROI right here. We're gonna make $6.60 in profit per unit, and there was actually a ton of these on the shelf. There was at least 10 of these on the shelf, so that's another awesome find. All right, so now that we're back from the store, had a very successful retail arbitrage run today. Let's talk about how to actually get ungated to sell these products and get them shipped off to Amazon. Step one of getting ungated is just to go ahead and hop into Amazon Seller Central here and plug in the brand name, any brand name that you want to sell on Amazon. And we're going to check one thing to make sure that we can actually get approved to sell this brand. So if I search Revlon, for example, and I go ahead and look at a listing on Amazon, that's going to tell me that we are currently not accepting applications for this product. If you see that, it just means you can't sell that brand. There's thousands of other good brands that we can sell though. For example, if I plug in something like Athletic Works, this is an auto ungated brand for a lot of you guys, by the way. If you're looking for super low hanging fruit, you can check out this brand and then the brands that other sellers on these listings sell. That's a little bit of a tangent though. Some of you guys are going to make some money with that. But when we go in here and select new condition and it says sell this product, that means that we can actually sell this product, right? We don't have to submit anything to get ungated. But then if we plug in a product name or ASIN, select the condition and it says apply to sell, that means that we actually have to go ahead and get some documentation to submit to Amazon in order to get approved. But getting those documents and getting them approved is a lot easier than a lot of people make it. This held me back on Amazon for way too long. So honestly, you can get around that just by buying name brand products from places like Target, any big major retailers that will put your address on that invoice. That's all you really need to have. So for example, if you want to get ungated in Hershey's and the grocery category at the same time, you could just go ahead and buy 10 Hershey bars from Target.com. Make sure on that invoice that the address matches whatever information is on your Amazon seller account. And then when you go back over to Amazon Seller Central, you hit apply to sell and then request approval. They're going to want to see that invoice that you grabbed from Target or any other legit retailer and go ahead and submit that information to Amazon. And by the way, when I submit this information, usually I'll download the invoice as a PDF. They're going to email it to you, by the way. It's the order confirmation, add a tracking information on there if you need to. You can always take pictures of the items when they actually show up as well if you're having any issues getting those things approved. And I also usually name it, for example, Hershey's underscore invoice underscore today's date, just so I can have a quick idea of when I submitted that product and so Amazon knows it's actually a legit invoice. After you get an overall category approved, you're going to get a bunch of smaller brands within that category automatically approved. For example, in beauty, you'll unlock a lot of small beauty brands, but you might have to submit separate documentation for a really premium brand like Dove, Olay. Brands like that might also require their own invoice from Target or any legit retailer for 10 units before you can start sending those products to Amazon. And once you have those products in hand and you're ungated to sell a brand or two, that's where you're going to want to grab your 2-week free trial of Boxem. This is the tool that allows you to track what you're actually making, your business profits, all that important stuff. And we're also going to make shipments super simple with Boxem as well. So to start the shipment creation process, go ahead and go to inventory and then list FBA. That's going to take you to a page where we can create our own SKU. Once we're here, we just go ahead and plug in the ASIN or the name, the UPC, whatever is easiest for you to find that product that you just found at Ross. Go ahead and select new SKU right here. We're going to go ahead and fill out all the information. So we bought this for 49 cents. I want to mark Ross as my supplier so I can actually have good analytics and I know which suppliers are making me more profit. You can go ahead and select today's date as the date purchased. And then for things like grocery, vitamins, stuff like that, we're also going to put an expiration date on here. We'll just go ahead and select a date in the future. Go ahead and add that listing right there and then repeat that process for as many listings as you want to send to Amazon and go ahead and press submit listings. Under Amazon's new shipping requirements, this can take up to 15 minutes. There's no real way to avoid that wait time right now. Hopefully when you're watching this in the future, Amazon's listened to Amazon sellers a little bit and this is instant. But after these products actually go ahead and finalize listing, it's going to look something like this where it'll say active. And now we can go ahead and create the shipment using the create shipment button on Boxem. Go ahead and name your shipment, select the fulfillment type, so FBA, or if you're doing fulfilled by merchant, so you just want to ship direct to customers, you can do that on here as well. Select your ship from address. Go ahead and select box contents as 2D barcodes as well. This is a really cool feature of Boxem that you actually can't do through Amazon Seller Central, where we can actually go ahead and embed an extra barcode label on our FBA box labels. And I'll show you how to make this label as well. But these little barcodes help my products check in at Amazon a couple days faster. So in a business that's related to cash flow, this is a no-brainer way to increase the profitability and the speed of money in your business. We also want to go ahead and select the autofill list price. This is going to automatically set our prices above the buy box, so we're not accidentally selling things cheaper than we should. I also really like the auto print FN SKU button. This is going to automatically print the labels that we need on our products as we're going ahead and assigning those to boxes. I'm going to do that process manually just so you can see how it really works. And then we're also going to go ahead and store as much data as possible. So our buy cost, our supplier, all that good stuff. Go ahead and create a shipment right there though. Let's go ahead and punch in that ASIN of the product that we wanted to send into Amazon. We'll go ahead and replenish this SKU basically. We'll go ahead and press the plus button right there. Then go ahead and select any of the list price that we want. We'll go ahead and fill in our buy cost. Go ahead and fill in your buy cost and any quantity. So we're just going to say we have 10 of these right here. Once again, down here, fill out any extra data that you want to have tracked for your analytics. And then expiration date is again super important so that it actually meets Amazon's requirement. And then we're going to go to select a prep category. A lot of products are going to be no prep needed. In this case, since it is a liquid, we're just going to tell Amazon that we're shipping in a liquid. Basically, what this is going to require is that we're going to put it in a poly bag, which should be pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and add that to our shipment right there. And then just so you can see how it works when we have multiple items, we'll go ahead and search for those scissors that we were able to find as well. Let's go ahead and press the plus so we can add this to our shipment as well. And then we'll just say we had 10 of those. Even though there was only 2 on the shelf, I'm going to show you 10 just so you can see how it works when you have lots of different items in your shipment. Once again, fill out any of this information that you need to. For example, these are scissors, they're sharp. It's going to want us to put those in a poly bag, probably put a little bit of bubble wrap around them. Go ahead and add those to our shipment right there. Repeat this process for any listings that you want to add to a working shipment. It's really good if you can get at least 50 pounds worth of product sent into Amazon at once. That's where you're going to see the cheapest per pound shipping rates, but you can definitely ship in as little as 1 unit or as many as 10,000 units, right? Let's go ahead and press continue though and submit products. Once that's done, it's going to show you all the different prep instructions that are required to send these products into Amazon. These are some particularly needy products, so I just wanted to show you all the different things that Boxing can show you is required on your product. In this case, we just need to go ahead and put a poly bag on it. That's relatively simple. You can get clear poly bags on Amazon. In fact, usually I just go ahead and get these clear poly bags in variety packs. Make sure they have a suffocation warning on it. You can get basically all the basic shipping supplies you need on Amazon. So here's those like basic variety pack of poly bags here, just enough that we can throw those items down in that bag and actually get those products shipped off to Amazon. As far as other supplies that you're going to need for this process, you're also going to want to get FNSKU labels, which you can even just search on Amazon. Either your standard at-home printer, you can use 30 up labels if you don't want to have to get a special extra printer. That will save you some time, but if this is your first shipment, I totally get it. You can print out your labels on a printer that looks like this on your standard at-home printer. Eventually though, you'll probably want a Rollo printer or a Dymo, one of the name brand label printers. And you might have seen something like this before, but they're basically just going to more quickly print out your labels so you can slap those on the products. Follow any of the instructions that Amazon requires for this item. One thing that is going to be required on every product though is that you print an FNSKU label. So I'm just going to print one down here on my printer so that you guys can see how it works. That's going to print out a barcode label that looks like this right here. You're going to take this barcode label and put it over the UPC of the original product that you bought. If you selected that feature I talked about where it auto prints your FNSKU labels, which I would really recommend, it's going to automatically print those labels when you assign these products to boxes. So I can say, hey, all 10 of these are in one box. Here are the dimensions of my box. I'm just going to say it's a 50-pound box in this example. Go ahead and save that right there. You can also use the bulk assign feature here if you want to create a new box for this next item. You'd probably just want to go ahead and assign it to the box that already exists in this case. Unless it's already over 50 pounds, you're not allowed to go over 50 pounds when you're shipping products to Amazon, but you can mix as many different products as you want in individual boxes when you're shipping to Amazon. Once everything you want to ship into Amazon is all assigned to boxes, it's FNSKU labeled, and it meets all of these prep instruction requirements now. Let's go ahead and continue. Once that's complete, Boxum is going to generate 3 different options for how you can send this shipment off to Amazon. This is a really cool way to compare different warehouses we can send to so we can know we get the cheapest option for shipping. So in this example, I can see the cheapest option is for us to ship to this California warehouse right here. And for our 50-pound box, we're going to pay about $24.19 compared to a more expensive option. There'd really be no reason to do this. It would be $32.94, right? So we can see multiple different options with Boxum. This has been saving me some money on shipping lately. Go ahead and press continue and then confirm that and accept the charges. And then that's going to allow you to print out your FBA box labels and UPS box labels through your label printer or your standard at-home printer. Slap these 2 labels on the outside of the box. The only rule is that you can't cover the seam of the box where they're going to cut it open. And then since you used Boxum to get these nice 2D barcodes right there, you should be making some sales a couple days faster than the competition. So if you want to make those shipments as easy as possible and actually track your analytics, make sure you try that 2-week free trial of Boxum down below. Also, let me know if you have any questions about the entire process that we broke down today. Super happy to chat with you guys down below in the comment section. You can also hit that subscribe button down below. That's a great free way to help me out for adding some value to your Amazon business today. But I really appreciate you watching this video. And if you want to go way more into detail on selling on Amazon, click this video right here. It's my 4-hour-long free Amazon course.